everyone, Spsa here. Welcome back to another episode of Spsa Comics Marathon Rebooted. This is the second segment of our show where we will be talking a little bit more in depth about everyone's favorite anime protagonist, Spsa. I kid about the anime part, but you know, whatever. Let's jump in. This is Spsa, the main protagonist of Spsa Comics. Well, he's become the main protagonist, as well as the mascot for Spsa Comics. If you'll notice, starting with part 41 of Freedom, or I think it was actually issue 1 of Spsa Comics Sonic, but I don't have Spsa Comics Sonic on me right now, so I have to show it off here. He has become the little guy in my logo, which is just Spsa Comics with the little guy below it. So, anyway, what was his first canon appearance and what was he like? Because his characterization was actually a lot different in that than it is today. So let's get into that. So, his first canon appearance, well, decanonized now appearance, was in What If Peach Got the Triforce. He was the bad guy. And he basically wanted to conquer the world and stop Peach from doing what she was doing because he saw it as a bad thing. And even, just pretend that's a clock, went back in time to stop Peach from making her wish to restart the timeline and have Link and Zelda as her children. That was decanonized, and basically he was defeated in part 8 by Peach and her team, and then this was the only time he was actually the antagonist of the story, because from this point forward, he became the good guy, and in Freedom 2017, he worked to stop Nomad and I think, eventually Dr. Eggman from doing damage to the world and destroying what he created, because another big component with his character is this. Yeah, he had a magic comic, and what this magic comic basically allowed him to do was bring anything drawn in it to life, and if he had a certain type of ink, known as the Ink of Creation, actually I think that's just a Freedom 2019 exclusive thing, but I guess I'll talk about it now. If he had a certain ink, the Ink of Creation, he could basically summon things from the real world, and basically he made it his goal to prevent this magical comic from falling into the wrong hands. So that was basically his mission in Freedom 2017 and in Freedom 2019, where he pretty much served the same role as in Freedom 2017, where he had the magic comic, although it was split into 7 pages at the beginning, the 7 pages of creation, if you will, and he basically, he got the comic back from Reject Guy, and he basically did all that, and he even died at one point. He, I believe, sacrificed himself to save the world or whatever. Or no, Nomad killed him. Yeah, that's right, Nomad killed him. But his biggest development was in this, the rebooted continuity. So let's briefly touch upon how he's utilized in this. This is how Spsa looks at the beginning of the Freedom reboot. Basically, he wakes up in Comic Town, the comic's main setting, and he proceeds to basically find his footing and is basically well, let me just read the beginning chapter of the Freedom reboot. I woke up and everything was different. Well, it looked like my home, but everything seemed off. All I remember was a bright flash. Then nothing. And all Alright, I gotta find what's going on. Odd. This taco restaurant is new. Hola, señor. What will it be? Wait, do I know you? Maybe in a past life. Ain't that a thought? What'll it be? I'll take a taco for the road. I need some answers. I left Juan's to continue my search for answers. This forest is new. But then again, I don't remember anything. Weird. I didn't know anyone came through here. I feel as though I'm being watched. Snap. Now I know I'm being watched. Hello, traveler. Who are you? Fire Knight, the biggest brand in Comic Town. Right. Unless you can tell me what's going on, I'll just be on my way. I can't, but I know someone who might. Okay. This is WAIT, the World Altered Internal Transmit. Seriously, that's what you went with? Yes, you try making an AI from scratch. I'm calling it Dub if that's alright with you. Okay. I'm sensing a large amount of dimensional energy. Whoa, wait. Is Dub saying I'm not from another dimension? I don't think so. I think you're from a dimension that no longer exists. You've gotta be kidding me. Maybe not. Well, this doesn't mean anything anymore. Yeah, I guess. I've been living in these woods ever since he took over. Alright, pretend I'm stupid and explain who you're talking about. Reject guy. Alright, so that pretty much should tell you pretty much everything you need to know about Spsa's character and the reboot. I stripped him of all his god powers. Like, he doesn't have the magic comic, he doesn't have anything like that. He's just a normal guy living in this world of insanity. And he has to cope with everything going on around him. And that's basically what the first arc of the comic is about. He is thrust into this land of insanity and has to learn to cope with it while taking on a massive threat in the form of Reject Guy. So, yeah, he's a normal guy, and I did that on purpose. I wanted to strip away all magical elements for the moment, focus on a more grounded story. So these characters are working with like normal tools, like they're like explosives or like sedative bombs and stuff, and yeah, they're working with just regular stuff. And that's pretty much it, other than female Spsa, which she'll get her own backstory and her own video in this series. Anyway, if you guys like this video, please like it if you did, comment, and subscribe. All three of those things will help me out a huge bunch as I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers by the end of the year. So, I will see you guys in the next one.